Hi, this is Sherry. I'm coming at you from the Eagle's Nest. I waited until the sun started to peek behind the house, go behind the house, because I was blinded and I didn't want to wear my sunglasses even though I've got this stinking black eye still. I have a deck that I'm working with today that's it's very deep and there's a lot of words written, and so I'm not going to really go into so much of the book as I'm gonna. The cards are just beautiful. I'll give you the main message, and I'm going to show a lot of different cards. It's just really deep. I want to see how much of my higher self kicks in and starts to talk to me. So there's a challenge, Sherry, and higher self. Let's do this job, hey? The first, what I want to speak to you about is our animal totem, and it's going to be the red hawk. So the red hawk, because I keep seeing the red hawk everywhere. And I've spoken to you guys before about the red hawk and told you that when I was awakening, the red hawk is the messenger that came to me. And the red hawk is Gabriel. See that little one working hard? Did you see her? She's on a mission. Okay, so that's a message. I'm on a mission. This is my mission. My mission is to be the messenger. But as I was driving around, and lately I've been seeing her quite a bit, and I haven't seen her for a really long time. And I watched her, and I don't know if anybody else gets like this, but as I watched her, I was driving back from my daughter's, and I saw her twice, and I looked up above, and I saw her beautiful red fan tail feathers, and I was just, God, she's so beautiful. You know, she's so incredibly majestic, and she's been showing up a lot lately. So I knew that I needed to speak about the red hawk. I think I'll let you guys just kind of look while I look around. I got the fan going. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. But the red-tailed hawk. The red-tailed hawk is, you know, first of all, the hawk, you think about the hawk, and it's the messenger, okay? And the red tail specifically has a specific message. You think about, it's when the Kundalini is reawakened. That's why it became my main totem at that time, is because I had been reawakened and all my chakras were lit up, and my Kundalini had been reawakened at that time. Actually, I'm just gonna have you guys look out because I'm seeing stuff. I gotta keep looking out that way instead of looking at myself in the camera, just in case I see something that I'm meant to see. So the red tail, you know, they're the messengers. They're basically called the Labrador retrievers of the hawk world because they're loyal. They're best friends. I like that. You think of there's many different hawks, and the way they describe the red hawk is, this is your friend. They're associated with the root chakra, okay? So that's the first chakra, and it relates to situations around the family. It talks about issues that help. They're helping you. When the red hawk is there. Sorry, I'm rambling. When the red hawk is there, she's there to help you deal with family issues. I think of the color red is passion, right? So it talks about love, anger, passion, anything that ties you intimately with ones that we come into contact with on a daily basis. So the family is where it would come up most. The red tail, you think about their, they've got kind of like how do I explain? They've got a black line that runs across the, I should get one of my red hawk's tail feathers and show you. I should have done that before I started this. There's a black line that runs across the tail feathers. And then they're tipped in white. So the red tail brings the guidance from spirit, and they ground things in the physical world. The grounding, which is the black line, is the guidance, and the realms of spirit are the white tip. So they've got these multiple lines. So it talks about how you navigate between the physical and the spiritual. Those are the lines. So it talks about learning your lessons, getting your lessons from spirit and grounding them into your physical. Those are the things that the red hawk brings to your attention. The red hawk talks about self-esteem. It talks about connecting with the ones around you. It talks about gifts that come to you. They talk about whenever I see a red hawk, I keep looking at the dragonflies that are up here, because it kind of is the same message. Because whenever I see the dragonflies symbolized, keep your dreams alive, hold on to your dreams. But the Red Hawk says a message is coming. So there's some kind of a message coming. That's the first message that I get. So is the message coming from spirit? Is the message coming from someone within a family arrangement with a loved one? Should there be communication between the spirit and the family? Should you be asking for what messages are coming to help you with this family situation or a love situation? Because there's two. You know, you've got the black and the red and the white. So it reminds me again of the stone, right? Self, higher self, and spirit, or two, and then the one together at the top, the three. So the main thing when I see a Red Hawk is a message is coming. The next message I get is to look at things from a higher perspective. They're talking about, because they're able to see they're able to look down and see a field mouse 200 feet up in the air, and they're able to see it. So it talks about seeing things from a higher perspective and being able to zero in on something. Possibly spirit will help you zero in on something that maybe you're too close to see, so maybe you need to back up and look at something. It talks about seeing things, a wide angle view, possibly shift your angle, maybe. So look at things from a higher perspective, get a wider view, because they've got quite a range of looking at things. It talks about focus. They focus, right? Remember I say you say Hawkeye. It's got hawk eyes, or vision like a hawk. So maybe you need to keep your focus on something. What is it that you need to focus on? Keep, maybe pull from your spirit, pull from the messages around you, and see what it is that maybe you've lost your focus on something. What is it you need to bring your attention to? All of these things come into play with the messenger of the Red Hawk. There's other messages for the hawk itself. But those are the messages that come with the Red Hawk. I wanted to tell you, because they're the divine messenger. They're divine messenger. But the hawk itself, since we're talking about the Red Hawk, it talks about the power of vision. Mostly it's the power of vision, because they have the ability to see things from a higher perspective. It talks about clear vision. It's always about focus. It talks about So pulling everything together, so pulling from your spirit, pulling from what's going on in the physical, pulling from the messages on high, blending it all together. What is it that I need to focus on? Where do I need to broaden my perspective? I know I'm going over things, but there's something in my head. I'm trying to grab at something and I'm not able to get it right now. So it's talking about, I mean, you see the Red Hawks. They're in the wide plains. They're in the wide plains and they're looking down. So you're in the wide plains and you're looking down. So you're gonna survey your surroundings. You're not gonna just wait for a message to show up. You're gonna look for a message. You're gonna look for the signs that Spirit's bringing to you. You're going to. It talks about what do you need to use. What part of your vision? What part of your gifts you need to focus upon that's going to bring you to the result that you want, that's going to help you manifest what it is that you're looking to manifest. I keep looking at the boats out there. I keep looking at the boats. It talks about it could be your own vibrational frequency that's holding you back, so you need to raise your own frequency, because I'm thinking about the Kundalini being awakened. So it talks about maybe you've got an ability in front of you, or the opportunity to so surveying the land in front of you. You've got the opportunity to survey a situation, okay, before you take action. So what is it that I'm supposed to look at? What signs are making themselves known to me? I'm looking at the boat. The boats are going across the water, and they've got they're pulling the person behind. So the boat is if there's a power boat that's pulling somebody behind you, you're not doing this on your own. This is your water. This is your emotional waters, and your gifts are being supported. You need to work in unison. Okay, so I'm seeing them work as teams. So you can't do this alone. This isn't a one person job. Recognize the help that's there for you. maybe you're not looking at that. Maybe you're not seeing the help that's being offered you. Maybe you're not, maybe you've got it in front of you and you're trying to be a one-man show. So step back and recognize what's being offered to you that's going to help you move across your emotional waters. What is there a team member that's offering something to you? Is it a spiritual team member? Is it a physical team member? It talks about receiving visions and dreams. That's why I've seen the dragonflies. They're dreams. Okay, so maybe you're going to be getting a message in a dream. Oh, you are going to be getting a message in a dream. There's going to be something that's going to be revealed to you in a dream. You're going to maybe understand the truth of a situation, or you're going to be maybe shown the direction to go. Maybe there's something that you're missing, something that you have failed to see. And you're going to get a broader perspective so that maybe you can now take a look down. Oh, that's it. Okay, so that's what it is. We're up above and we're looking down. It's like when I saw that red hawk. Here comes my higher self. My red hawk sitting when she landed on the top of that post on the freeway. All the traffic was going by. A lot of busy stuff happening all over, right? Maybe there's messages coming left, right, and center. Maybe you're embroiled in all kinds of stuff. But the red hawk is sitting up above. She's come and she's landed on the post. And so she's bringing her message to you that says, take a look, survey what's down here, what's going wrong around you. Maybe you need to not be so focused on all the hustle and bustle that's going around. Maybe you're supposed to pinpoint your vision on something specifically. So step back, look at the things in a higher perspective. What is it the messages that are coming to you? What is it that your higher self is pointing out? What are your dreams showing you that you need to maybe focus on? That maybe you have gotten lost in all of the activity. You're seeing too much of everything going on, and you're not focusing. You're not pinpointing. You're not seeing what's being pinpointed for you. This is talking about your gifts, the gifts that you have. Barn swallow, bringer of hope. The gifts that you have. So maybe you are not remembering your gifts. Maybe you're not, you've gotten so busy with everything going on, all the traffic going, everything, you're going over your emotional waters. There's a lot of activity going on out there in that water. So there's a lot of stuff going on. So maybe you are forgetting about the gifts that you have and the ability that you have, your clairvoyant gifts, that the ability that you have to speak. Like right now, I'm watching a man go by. He's in the boat. I mean, there's a boat pulling him and he's on an air chair. He's on an air chair. So he's being pulled, there's an air chair. So when you sit, there's something, a chair represents, I'm thinking about dreams, a chair represents something that you can rest upon, okay? So rest upon something, and they're pulling you along. So you're being, what is it that you can sit back? What is it you can rest back upon? What is it that you can rely on? What is it that you're comfortable with? What is it that the gifts that naturally come to you that you maybe are not using? We have gifts that come to us naturally. So use the gifts that you have naturally. Lean back, sit back, allow those gifts to carry you forward on your emotional waters. It talks about what else is coming? Come on, give it to me. It talks about you. So for me, I have prophetic visions, okay? So I need to cultivate these prophetic visions. I need to maybe ask for help with my dreams. Okay, well, as I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to prepare myself, and I'm going to say, you know what? I have the ability to have very, very lucid dreams. I did it all the time. That's how my twin and I communicated with each other. That's how Spirit speaks with me. So I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to make sure that I'm in a comfortable, cool situation as I go to sleep. I'm not too hot. I'm not too cold. Maybe I'm gonna put a crystal under my pillow that's gonna help me remember my dreams. Maybe I'm gonna ask for Spirit to help me hold on to my dreams. I'm going to not go to bed having smoked pot or drank, so that when I go to sleep at night, my dreams aren't interrupted or they're not wonky. I'm gonna be able to recall them. I want my head clear. I'm not going to be overexhausted so that I'm not able to remember my dreams. So I'm gonna, maybe I'm gonna do a little bit of physical exercise that's going to help me relax. I'm not going to watch movies with traumatic things that are going on, or that's going to have my mind thinking about strange things, so that when I go to sleep, because when we go to sleep, the first dreams are about what we just watched or just were going through. It's like review dreams, and it's the dreams before morning that actually are the dreams that we're going to hold on to. But I don't want to go to sleep with something that's very disturbing on my mind, so I'm going to be in a peaceful place. It would be good to possibly, if you could, take maybe 10-15 minutes as you go to sleep in a meditative state, as you cool down and as you get yourself ready to bring in the reception and the connection. I want to connect. So maybe, like for me, I'm a Reiki master, so I'm going to use the Reiki to connect with my twin. I'm going to say, open up to me. I'm channeling you. He used to say to me, make them lucid. And so, which means make them clear, make them so that I can feel it, make it so that I'm there. So your intention is very powerful. So maybe that's what you need to do to prepare yourself. It talks about, it's maybe they're telling you it's time to be more active, more involved, get more involved. Maybe you've been staying back too much. They want you to get your hands into something, or get your, use your metaphysical, your spiritual gifts in order to bring to what you're desiring, because perhaps you've been a little bit standoffish, so you've been pulling, you need to take the lead. Maybe that's what I'm being shown. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm being shown too. So there's two different ways of looking at it. Sit back and lean back into what's comfortable and make it work for you. But don't be sitting, maybe you're sitting there waiting for someone to pull you along. Maybe you're the one that needs to get up out of your emotional chair and get off and go across your emotional waters and fly and move forward. Use your own gifts. You have the ability too. Maybe I keep thinking about that song by, who is it? Is it Gwen Stefani? I think it is. And she talks about the refrigerator door. You know, I've been waiting around. I've been getting kind of lazy, waiting for you to save me. So that person, that's what I was seeing. I was seeing that guy sitting in the air chair. He was sitting in the air chair. Now that represents, air represents words. The water represents emotions. So he's wanting someone else to carry him. He's wanting someone else to do the work. But you need to speak up. That guy was sitting in an air chair. Sitting as someone else is pulling him along. Okay, so maybe Spirit's been guiding and helping and pulling you, but now it's your turn to get up and speak. It's your turn to get involved. Use your own gifts. Use your ability to connect. Like my twin used to connect to me. He used to say, open up, I'm channeling you. So then do it. Use those gifts. You have the ability to do this too. It's not everybody else's job to do everything for you. It's not everybody else's job to always drag you along. It's not everybody else's job to do your work. They're there to help you. It's kind of like what we were speaking about before, about how the teacher comes and they teach you how to fish, how to hunt, how to do whatever. And yet they don't do the work for you. They show you, and now you have the ability. So now, so it gets to the place where, you know what? It gets to be a pain in the ass, you know, when somebody's constantly giving you messages and giving you lessons, and maybe it's annoying to you. Maybe you've gotten annoyed and you're thinking, okay, well, I'm tired of having you tell me this or tell me that. Well, then start doing something. Maybe it's about, maybe your teacher is telling you, get up and start doing it. Get up and start speaking. Get up and start using the gifts that you've been given. Stop waiting for somebody to save you. This is your turn. This is your turn to step in. Okay, that all just flew out, so there it is. We're going to go to now I'm blind looking into the sun, but we're going to go into the Dragonfae messages here, and I'm going to turn us this way. And as you can see, I'm kind of I'm interested. I'm going to move this. I have my computer up here because my, I wonder if I can set it down. Hold on. My phone's dying and I had to charge it, so I was trying to figure out how I could talk to you guys. That's not good. I was trying to figure out how to talk to you guys while charging my phone, and I plugged it into my computer. Got my hair color today. Did you like it? Yay! I like it. I just noticed that. I thought I should give my daughter a plug. Going back over to the dark side. Okay. Will this work? Yes? Tell me this will work. I'm working as part of a team. Come on, help me out. Yes, we do it. Okay. Now, what's interesting is, I just got a really interesting message. So, I got an interesting message, and I have to share this with you. When I went to plug this in, a sign popped up on my screen, and it said, this device may not be supported by your... It's gone now, so I can't remember the word specifically. Your device may not be supported by this device. So, that's the air chair. I'm thinking about the guy going across his emotional waters. So where you are right now, you may not be supported within the direction, with the energy that you need. That's the message. The energy that you need to rely on to charge you, to charge your batteries, to get you moving forward. Wherever you're at right now, you may not be supported by that. So pay attention to that. That's a sign. That's a message that came. So I got to pay attention to that too. You may not be supported. I'm just going to put that out. I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to let you guys figure out what that means for you. Okay, so the first message, as you can see here, we've got the trickster. We've got the cat supporting us, holding on to his tiger iron. We've got the lion for courage. We've got new growth and happiness all around us. And we see this dragon. Now, it's interesting. I'm going to laugh at myself because I'm an Aries dragon, okay? And I spoke to a friend of mine, I told you, the other day, and I came out and I said something. And I did not apologize, but I kind of prefaced it with saying, you know, you may not appreciate this, but I need to speak up and I need to say this to you. And I got a message from the person's wife today saying, you know, I appreciate that. And he said he appreciated it too. But I was rather stern. And what they're talking about here is this is a dragon. This is a dragon in the forest. And it's talking about heeding wise counsel. So this one is very stern. Because sometimes your teachers aren't going to be all sweetness and light. You know, that's what I say often when I talk about, when I give messages and when I do readings for people. I don't give messages, fluffy messages. I don't give messages that necessarily the messages that you want to hear. Like, remember I did the reading on the twin souls, and I said that I had to say some things, and I wasn't sure. I kind of felt like it wasn't going to be appreciated, and yet I had to speak up, and I was supported by the two ravens at that moment going by, and I wrote about this, but I don't know if you guys caught that. I don't know if you guys read. You should really read the messages that I post along with the readings, because there's very important information in there. As I was saying that, you know, I was being asked by Spirit to speak up, and it was a secret, right? That I was divulging like maybe a family secret, and I was being asked to speak up. And I thought, you know, it may not be appreciated at that time, but I knew that I was following my heart because Spirit guided me to do this. And right then the two ravens went by and they cawed loudly. And the message when a raven caws loudly like that is saying you need to speak up. If you aren't speaking up, speak up. And if you are speaking up, well done. That was the message. And so even though I was coming across stern and firm, and people don't like to have lessons like that, right? People don't want. No, I don't like it either. You know, when you get kind of like a heavy hitter message, but it's there for a reason. It's there to help you. So that's what this elder is saying right here, right now. It's talking about heeding wise counsel, and it talks about you know, people want you to come soft and sweet, right? But this one is not soft and sweet. This one is stern and serious because you're in danger of being distracted. They have to get a little bit impatient with you because you're not paying attention. So it's kind of like what I was saying just now. The Red Hawk even came forward to say, stop sitting on your ass and expecting everybody else to do your work. It's not all about you. It's about you being serviced. You need to get active. You need to get involved in this. And so maybe there's somebody in your life at this time. I mean, it's talking about an elder. So it could be someone that's spiritually aware. It could be that you already have messages and lessons they're already in front of you, and that you need to, they're already there, and you've worked with them before, but you've kind of maybe pulled away from them. And basically this dragon is saying, my patience will no longer be tested. I'm annoyed with you at this moment. This is a time for you to do what you're being asked to do. This is is there somebody in your family that comes to you that maybe comes across in a less than gentle way? Maybe there's somebody that's got a really aggressive way of speaking and it rubs you the wrong way. Okay, here it is. This accessory may not be supported, and then you can dismiss it. This accessory may not be supported. So there's some kind of an accessory in your life that is not supported. What is it in your life that you are doing that it's an accessory, so it's not something that you need. It's something that you're using, or it's somebody in your life that it's not supported. This isn't working in your highest good. Twice this has come up, so it's talking to me. So I know what mine's talking about. My phone can't be charged with this on my computer. Because the cord that I have is probably not powerful enough. It's a cheap cord. So it talks about, and I'm bringing this all in because this is popping up at the time. So it talks about maybe strengthening your cords or cutting cords, because this is funny. I have thong underwear. They're string, right? And I bought a bunch of brand new ones, so I threw them into the wash. And when they came out, they were all tangled. So I stood there and I thought, oh God, you know, they were all wet. And if I threw them in the dryer that way, they would have just been a tight mass, right? So I had to painstakingly detangle the cords. When you throw a bunch of things with cords in together, they get tangled up. Think about that. So if there's a bunch of things, a bunch of people, a bunch of energy around you, there's all different kinds of cords, right? You throw them all together, they're going to get tangled up. So there's some cord that you have that is not supporting your device. So somebody that you're tied up with is not supportive for you, that you need to detangle, you need to cut cords possibly, you need to detach, you need to step back, separate comes to mind, okay? So that came up. So back to the elder, this wise one. So in this wise one seems very stern, but that's because what's going on is very serious to you. When spirit comes forward to us in a stern manner, it's not because they're being mean to us. I'm thinking about my Uncle Len. Remember I told you when I was growing up, I had an uncle, my best friend. That's funny. My twin is my Huckleberry Finn, and my older cousin was my first Huckleberry Finn, and I just about called him my best friend. But my uncle, that's his dad, he had a black beard and black hair, and he has blue eyes, and he was 6'3", and he's a big man, big burly man. He looked like a bear. Oh, I'm getting so many messages right now, and I hope you guys are going to be picking up on these messages as well. So I was terrified of him my entire life because he was a hunter. I didn't understand him. So there's things about somebody in your life that you don't understand, maybe the way they do things, or maybe they have done things differently than you have done things. Maybe you're a gentle being and this person is more aggressive and out there, and the way of doing things with them, the way they do it and the way you do it is different. So you're looking at that, and I would look at him, and because he killed animals, that was not something that I was okay with, right? My battery is dying and this is not cool. I need for this to be supported. So I'm asking for support. So maybe I'm asking for support. Damn it. I don't know how else to do this. Oh, I know why. I closed my computer. So I closed my computer and it said it may not be supported. So what have you done? What have you shut down that's stopping you from being supported now? You have done this. Sorry. Dang. Okay, so I did it myself, and I just realized that. So, something that I have shut myself, I've shut down, because there is power going to this cord. There's so many different ways to take these messages. And so, you know, there's a message in that itself. With the Red Hawk, looking at things from a higher perspective. Go through, maybe you have to sit back, maybe you have to look at the options in front of you. Maybe you've got to go through a list of things and figure out what is it that is not working for me. Is it the fact, is it this? Is it that there's too many cords and I need to cut cords? Is it there's something or someone that I'm associated with that is not supportive of me? Is there somebody in my life that is not supportive of my life path? Did I shut a door that is my power source? Did I shut that door? Because remember they said, pay attention, the Red Hawk says, pay attention to the gifts that you already have. Is there someone that I'm connected with that we share these gifts? Did I shut that door so I'm now not being supported by that? Open that up again. Okay, all of these things are coming. So now I'm hoping that this will support my phone. I'm knocking all of my stuff over. Interesting, I'm knocking all of my stuff over. Okay, so the Elder, it's talking about, oh, sorry. This is all over the place, I'm so sorry. My uncle, okay, now I'm going back. My uncle with the big black beard and the stern face. What I told you, what I neglected to see was that he had laugh lines, and I didn't see them my entire life. My whole life, all I saw, because when he was young, he didn't have laugh lines. He didn't have any lines. But as an adult, I went back and I saw him, and that means, you know, as an adult or growing up or being more aware, and I recognized that he had these crinkle lines in the corners of his eyes. And behind that big black beard, he was laughing. Also, he has a very dry sense of humor. Right? I had a different sense of humor. I didn't understand his sense of humor. So is there somebody in your life, maybe a father or an uncle or a mother, that has a different way of looking at things or doing things than you do? And maybe you've read them the wrong way. Maybe you have, maybe they don't come across in the same way, and maybe they're not as stern as you think, or maybe there's somebody in your life that's come across with a very strong, aggressive way, or is it just a spiritual teacher? But you fail to see the laugh lines. I'm not angry at you. I'm giving you this message because it's important. I'm seeing something that you're doing that's not in your highest good. And so I'm here to shed light upon this. So at this time, it talks about respectful. Maybe you've been disrespectful. Have you been disrespectful to an elder? Have you been disrespectful to spirit? Have you been disrespectful to spirit? I have. I got very, very angry at spirit and I yelled. And remember, I yelled at them and I said, where the hell is my team? And it wasn't that my team wasn't there. I didn't go to the team. I didn't go. Jesus said, I've been here, remember the woodworker, and he gave me the tools. And he said, you have the tools, just like this teacher is saying, you have the tools. You have clairvoyant experiences. You have prophetic dreams. What are your gifts that you have? The Red Hawk is asking you, what is it the gifts you're having that you have stopped using? Have you shut your door on your gifts? Your wise elder is coming. And have you been disrespectful of the gifts that you've been given? It talks about maybe quitting or abandoning before something's finished. Are you doing wah, poor me, poor me? I don't know, I've got to pay attention to what's going on outside, because there's all messages when everything that's happening out there. So it talks about, maybe you're saying, they're picking on me. They're always picking on me. Or maybe you feel threatened by another's approach to learning. Or maybe you've got authority issues. Do you have an issue with authority? Oh, right then, that's what it was. That's what it was. So there's an authority figure that there's a problem, because that is what is not being supported. It's not being supported by this authority figure. So maybe there's a problem. Maybe there's an authority figure in your life that is not supporting your goals. Okay? Or maybe you are not, you've been disrespectful of authority, and it's causing an issue between, I'm thinking of a father figure for some reason. Anyway, at this moment, they're asking you to heed wise counsel, whatever it is. You will know what it is. You will know what it is. I'm trying to decide if I should, I'm going to, sorry to do this on a live reading, but I'm going to, because I don't want my battery to die, as I'm trying to, how can I do this? Oh, it feels so good out in here. I don't even think I have any, I don't have any other, I don't have any, oh, the battery is so low. I'm going to lose my battery, and I can't have that happen. That's not allowed. How can I do this? Why is this happening to me? I have to figure out why this is happening to me. I don't have the appropriate outlet. I don't have the appropriate power tools to charge my phone, to charge my battery. I don't have the appropriate tools. Oh my God, I hope, this is terrible. There's so many messages, right? And yet I have to have this, reading work. I'm asking Spirit to help this continue to go through. Maybe we're just supposed to move it. Maybe we're just supposed to move through. All right, so the next message, the green lady. Now, this is talking about getting into the forest. There she is. She's beautiful, standing in the forest. It's talking about connecting to the energy of the forest. Look at the dragon behind her. Oh, incredible. I can't even pronounce the name. The green lady of Dragonfae, the chosen one. So it talks about caring for the earth. It talks about that it's important for you to be in nature. It talks about being with the trees. There's importance of, she's in a forest, so the dragon is in the forest. So it talks about health concerns possibly that pop up at this time. It talks about maybe healing that comes from earth, from herbal remedies. It talks about maybe growing things in an herbal garden. It talks about it's the importance of you being in nature, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. It's the importance of you being in a forest where there's trees. They talk about trees, the importance of the trees. The trees are the family unit too, the strength. But while you're in nature and while maybe you're growing, you're supposed to be tending the earth. What can you do to help Gaia? What can you do? And while you're doing that, while you're tending to the earth, and you're working with the soil and working with the plants and working in the trees, a part of you is being healed by this as well. It talks about, because nature is where you need to be. That's where you will find your healing. That's where you find your solace. The way that you breathe in the trees, the energy that you get from the trees, the peaceful energy that comes, but the strength and the wisdom and there's so much power in the trees. They've been there for so many years. Some trees are 1,000 years old. Some trees, 500-year-old sequoias that I was around. So it's talking about the importance of being, caring for earth and allowing earth to care for you, breathing in her air, breathing in the fresh, clean mountain air, the trees. It will calm you. It will get rid of the hustle and bustle of the bombardment or whatever it is that's going on. It's going to be a place where you need to be in order to heal. Get out from the city and get into nature. Okay, that's what I'm saying for her. Then you've got this one. How do you even say this? Tetsuya. have courage. And you see this dragon that's about to go into a door. And what she's saying at this time is that it's your turn to be yourself. They're telling you not to be afraid. This is a time to have courage. And there's a door in front of you, and by just walking through that door, you will already just by going through that door, you are going to be opening opportunities to you. It's like there's a door right there. I keep getting lately, there's a gateway, there's a door. Spirit's asking us to walk through. So even just by taking the step to go through the door, you've already embraced this courage. You've already begun your journey. You've already gotten through. There's things that are happening. You're already on the way. There's already some kind of magical transformation that's going on in your life at this time. And just by opening the door and stepping through, you are already having a change that's happening to you. It talks about maybe you're feeling like just one move is going to crush us. You know, the world there's danger around us. It's too much for you to handle. Maybe you want to, you know, withdraw. Maybe you want to go to the safety of your house. I keep thinking of Liger, my cat, how he hides under the blankets, you know, and they're saying you can't do this. You need to step out. They're asking you to step through that door. Just by doing that itself, and you're going to be faced with this, what you need to face. The fear, whatever it is, just by going through the door, that's going to show your strength. And they're saying that you're ready to take on the world. They're telling you to be courageous and call upon your dragon to help you go through this. They're there to assist you. Okay, so it talks about, she shows up when you're exploring new options in your life, meaning maybe you're moving to a new place, and that moves hand in hand with the Red Hawk, because Gabriel shows up to help us and assist us in moves, right? So are you going into a new job? Are you going into a new home? Are you a new area, a new relationship? It's about tackling a situation that might be challenging to you. It talks about the death of the old and the rebirth of the new. So this is a new form of you that's coming, and you've got to step through that door. You need to make the choice to step through that door to have these transformative opportunities play out in front of you, because you are the one that's blocking. You are the one that needs to make the choice. You are your block. That's what we spoke about the other day. We are our own blockages. There's not something that's in your way now. You are your blockage. Okay, so then we've got Melusine, I think it is. Love who you are. And you see this girl, and she's embracing her uniqueness. And that's literally what she's talking about. It's talking about loving yourself for who you are. Look at her snake tail. She's very different looking, right? So it's talking about embracing all of who you are, as you are. It talks about maybe you're facing rejection from others. Maybe you're facing maybe from a religious standpoint. Maybe you're stepping out into your spirituality and it's different than you've been raised. So you've got others are rejecting what you're doing. Maybe you're trying to come out. Maybe you're trying to go through that door, but you've got family or friends or ones that are used to you being a certain way that are you're trying to placate, or so you're hiding under the covers, or you're afraid to walk through that door. But she's saying embrace who you are. You know, maybe there's traditional religious expectations or family expectations, or that something about what you're doing is unacceptable to them. There's people around you that only want to embrace a part of who you are. They're not wanting you to embrace all of who you are. So they're telling you to embrace who you are and go to who loves you for all of who you are. Throw aside these barriers, and throw aside these conditions, and throw aside these judgments from others, and expectations on your side. Find the people that support you. Find the ones who are on your team. Confide in ones who are like you, right? You don't confide or ask. Remember, this device may not be supported where you're going. So maybe you're talking to people who aren't of the same mindset, who aren't on the same spiritual path. So you're not supported by that. So go to ones and speak to ones who are on that spiritual path. You're not going to get the right answers from people who believe differently. So you're supposed to be following your soul's path, right? So maybe that's what it is. I'm not supported by the ones that I'm speaking to, by the ones that I'm throwing. Maybe, you go to bounce your ideas off of a best friend or a family member or whatever, but maybe they don't agree with where you're going or what your heart is saying. They have a different concept of things. Maybe they, like I said, that wise elder, that one has a different way of looking at things than you. So maybe you're not going to see things the same way, but it doesn't mean that you have to be disrespectful. It means that maybe you're not going to the right people. Maybe this isn't who you're supposed to be asking what you're supposed to do. There's so many different ways that we need to ask how this applies to us in our lives right now. So she's got her arms thrown back and she's stepping into who she truly is, right? She's beautiful and she's being true to herself and she's moving between these forms. She's many different things. She's snake, she's human, she's forest, she's everything. She's pulling all of it together. So spend time in the water, spend time among trees, because you'd look at the water serpent, you'd look at she wants you to spend time in nature. That's going to help you. There's a key hanging around her chest. The key is to be who you are. I love that. I love that message. Everybody would probably read this card differently, but I like it that way. Okay, so Lady Gran, open your heart. Now this one, I love this one. Look how beautiful she is. And look at her dragon here. Now what they're saying is this dragon has been in the cold. They've maybe shut themselves down because of fear or trying to protect themselves. And she's saying, you need to open your heart. You need to allow yourself to come out of that cold. You need to share with someone. Because wherever she is, there's beauty, there's warmth, there's transformation, there's flowers. There's nothing here in the cold where you're safe. There's nothing there. You need to open your heart up and allow this warmth to come into your life. This is a time, they're saying, when dreams and wishes will come to you quickly and easily. This is where fertility is accentuated. Look at all of the flowers and everything in blossom. There's strawberries here, there's flowers here, there's butterflies. Everything is coming to life. So everything is being accentuated at this time. If you will open your heart and experience the joy of this feeling of living your life. It talks about warm friendships, loving relationships, displays of love, extravagant love. It talks about ideas, projects. And when you allow yourself to open your heart to all of the opportunities and open yourself to who you are and love yourself as you are, you draw that love to you, right? So at this time, look how beautiful is that? How beautiful. She's so incredibly beautiful, and she's saying, look, here I am. This is somebody coming to you with a love of nature. There's somebody coming to you with an open heart. There's somebody that's got the ability to manifest and help you transform in your life. If you can open up. Again, they're talking about growing something, and what's so funny is herbology just keeps coming to mind. Growing herbs, being in amongst nature and among ones who do that. Look at the sunset going down over the water. I just love that. I should have you guys look at that right now. It's so beautiful. But it talks about reaching out physically to people at this time. It talks about solar connections. That's probably why I'm looking at that sun going down right now. Oh my God, it's so amazing. It talks about summer solstice, warm winds and growth spurts in your life and energy flowing and change, but really good change that happens really easily. This is a time, look at the color, that color of the gold. God, we should do a solar meditation right now. Look at that. Pull that into your heart. Pull that warm, beautiful, loving energy into your heart and open your heart. Let's do it like that. Let's call this an opening our heart meditation. I hope that those bars aren't in the way, that you guys can see that beautiful golden glow. They're asking you at this time to wear those colors. Those colors will help encourage that opening in your heart. So imagine your heart opening right now. See that warmth? It's got gold and pink and rose. These are the colors of love and passion. This is allowing momentous change to flow with you. Allow this energy into your life and allow this to come in on days that when things are gray. So hold on to that picture right there. God, if I could take a snap of that picture right there. Hold that and allow this to open up. And that segues in. Allow that. Oh, look at the energy in my heart. Do you see it? Do you see it reflecting on me right now? Oh, I love, what a visual. That is so freaking cool. My body is literally showing you that my heart, I've pulled that energy in. That is amazing. I pulled that energy in and it's literally glowing. So imagine this in your heart. My heart is open. My heart is on fire. My heart is calling out to my love. And here it is. And I've pulled it in from the divine masculine, and there it is, reflecting. So imagine this inside of you, just glowing and open. I am open. I am receptive. I am willing. I am my heart is open. I just keep saying my heart is open. My heart is open. And then it goes very well with our next message. I kind of don't want to pull it away from showing that's in my heart, because it's so real, it's so true, it's so beautiful. But our last message is the lovers. Now how perfect is that? Let's put the lovers with that light. Oh my God. So the lovers, and you see the dragon assisting. They're calling on their dragon, and you see these ones. They love each other. The love, look at how her eyes are closed and how he puts his arms around her. These ones truly love one another. They've been through many trials in order to be together. They are true soulmates. And their relationship is filled with with embraces and sweetness and passion. The same color, that color that was that's on my heart, that's what they're filled with. That's what they have that's wrapped around them, this incredible, beautiful, glowing energy. So they remind you that you need to love, in order to love well, you need to actively love, you need to speak, you need to make that romantic gesture possibly at this time. Talks about keeping love alive. You need to, look at my plants around me. They look like that when you don't tend your garden, but when you tend them, things will blossom. I take care of my garden. I'm tending my garden. So I have to love myself, right? I have to allow myself to love here first. And when I tend my garden, things grow. But in relationships also, they're saying, you must tend your garden. What is it have you done? Have you neglected a relationship at this time? You're being guarded by the Dragonfae. The dragon is there with you. I've been seeing dragons everywhere. So at this time, call upon your dragon to help you. Ensure that this true love will come to you when you love yourself enough to nurture that. You have to first find the love in yourself. And once you do, you protect it. And then you are allowed then to seek out and pull that other into you. So it talks about your relationship. It needs tending. Do you need to make the romantic gesture? Do you need to love another the way you wish to be loved? So in order to be loved, or just like to be a friend, in order to be a friend or have a friend, you need to be a friend. So if you want this great love in your life, you need to love. So that's why I say my heart is open. I'm naked. I'm vulnerable. I put my heart on the line. There is no ego in love. There is no fear in love. In unconditional love, it's just love. You just put it out there. These two, they are openly expressing their love for one another. So maybe you're feeling like your relationship will never match what your dreams are. But the love comes from what your willingness to put into it. It talks about a passionate love. So maybe this is there something in your life that you are not doing, that you can help revitalize a love? Or do you need to speak up? Are you sitting back in that chair and expecting somebody else to do all the work and drag you along? Are you not doing your part? If you want to be loved, if you want love in your life, you have to open your heart and allow love in, but you also have to make that gesture, right? So at this time, they're talking about create loving moments in your life, allow yourself to feel loved. Maybe you don't allow yourself, maybe you've closed the door. Know that expressing your sensuality and your physicality, this is your birthright. This is, my twin said to me when he came to me, he says, let's get you to that, experience that next level of bliss. And I'm like, yeah, let's get us there, right? So allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to get to that next level of bliss. What is it that you need to do? It's not dirty. Love and sex is not a dirty thing. It's a very beautiful, blissful, wonderful gift and blessing. So they're talking about allow these feelings, whatever fears that you have, allow them to fall away, and allow yourself to express. Don't be afraid to love. My saying, it's always right to love someone, and a true friend never goes away. Don't be afraid to be the one to make a romantic gesture. I hold myself back because I feel like I've always been the one to reach out. But I don't anymore. If I tell you I love you, I love you. I'm going to express it. My heart is open, and I don't feel that's. I feel that's very, very powerful. I know that's very, very powerful. Step into my own power because I create my own future, right? So if I want the love to come into my life, I'm going to express that love. So they're asking for you to do this. The sun is now gone behind the mountains there, but you can still see that beautiful, beautiful color. Oh, I would say, I'm going to walk around here. I would say mostly what they're saying is, what you need to recognize is that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to step out and be who you truly are. You deserve to allow yourself to be seen as you truly are. If you need to get out into nature, this is going to help you center. This is going to help you forget about what other people are thinking about and what's expected of you. Look out at this. Go into this. When nothing's expected of you, where you can just look and you can see what's given to you freely. You deserve all of this. This was given to us freely, right? All of this is here. We don't have to pay for this. Well, you got to pay to live in this place, but seriously, this is free. Nature's free. Love is free. Love comes to us by our birthright. We deserve to be loved. And as the cards were showing, we deserve to be loved for who we are, all of who we are. And maybe you're not getting the right support by the people that you're around. Maybe you are asking the wrong people. Maybe you are getting advice from people that are not like you. So if it's causing you to look at the light, isn't that strange? The light is changing. If it's causing you to hold back or not be who you truly are, not express who you truly are. Clearly you're not being supported properly in that situation. Also, it could be saying, are you in a place where you're not supported? Are you not getting that? Maybe you're in a place where you're not going to be supported, you're not going to get that love. So then move on to where you are getting it. Go to a place where there is love. Go to the place where there is peace. Go to a place where you are supported and appreciated and embraced and loved for all of your uniqueness and your complexities and everything about you. I love that. That's our final message. Okay, that was kind of a different reading, I would say. It's all over the place. Sorry about that. Those cards are hard to read, actually, and I just kind of have to like wing it, you know. So I'm going to let you look out here. If you guys would like to be, if you'd like any help with dream analysis or life coaching or long distance Reiki healing, private readings, my website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com, SherryColumbus, all together, at yahoo.com. I would be honored. This is my life's path, and it's my passion, and I'm good at it. I'm connected, and I want to help you. It's my gift. I have an animal totem class that's coming up this Wednesday at 6 p.m. California time. I've got people that have signed up and haven't paid. I've got people that have paid and not signed up. So if you guys want to get it together, I'm going to put a post out again. If you would like to join, it's going to be fun. It's going to be at least an hour. I always go over time. Everyone gets a private reading, and I'm going to be talking about animal totems and how you can recognize their messages, what they mean to you, how they come to you, how you can use them in your life, how you can find out what your animal totems are. It's going to be an awesome class. So if you'd like to join, I would encourage you to do so. That's it. I would say thank you for joining me, and here's one final sweep. I'm going to take a picture of my little dragon lights. Tonight they should light up. Last night they were new, so they hadn't gotten the power yet. This is a message to my twin soul. When I saw these, I thought, oh, how beautiful they are, these dragonflies. Dragonflies represent holding on to your dreams, believing in your dreams, going after your dreams. And I said, wow, I don't even have to plug them in. They don't need to be supported by anything else, because do you know what supports them? The sun. They are supported by the sun. The sun lights up these lights. And the sun is the divine masculine, which is my twin. So I'm looking at this and I thought, wow, these dragonflies, which represent my dreams, are lit up by the sun. And that's true, because every single night, the divine masculine, my twin, lights up my dreams. And as I said that, you probably can't see it, a giant wish just went by. It's a giant wish. So everybody right now, make a wish. What is your wish? I know what mine is. Make a wish. It was huge. It was like that big, and it floated by right at that moment when I said that the divine masculine lights up my dreams every single night. So I'll ask Spirit to light up your dreams tonight. Remember, we have a message coming. Remember, there's messages coming. So I'm asking the divine masculine, I'm calling on the divine masculine to shine on my dragonflies to light up my dreams tonight, so that I get the messages that are coming through. Why is the light like this? Isn't that strange? And then I do that and it goes away. Okay, you guys. Peace, love, and light.